Hi guys, and welcome back to Pass and Move. And for today's episode, as promised, the Europa League second knockout round, second leg. There's a lot of things that we kind of need to update you on, I suppose. We started off the beginning of our couple of games that we had after the last episode quite decently. It was a decent start, and then it ended kind of poor. So as you can see from the league table, we were level on points with Sporting, but because we beat them, we're still ahead of them. But again, like I mentioned in the last episode, it could change when we face Sporting a little later on as well. So we have to kind of bear that in mind, and that they've also got a better goal difference is something that we need to consider. So apparently we've scored more goals, but we've conceded way more. Even though I think 21 goals isn't that bad. Well, either way, that's the reality. So there's 9 games left this season now, so it's a very, very crucial period, of course. And even though Sporting have managed to close the gap in terms of points, we've also closed the gap on the teams above us, Benfica and Porto. So as you can see, Porto have a decent lead now, 2 points, not too bad. And it looks like their defense is kind of saving them, I suppose. But anyways, so let's talk about what happened since the last episode. So we did show you the 2-0 win over Santantian, and that was followed up by a 1-0 defeat of Porto. Perfect for us. We scored in the 3rd minute through Nicolau, which is great, and Daniel Pereira made things easier for us and got sent off in the 59th minute. What was so great about this performance though was not the result, 1-0 result, obviously that matters, but it was also because we dominated the game in every possible manner. Not only did Porto lose this game, but they also had 0 shots on target, less possession, not a single chance created, not even a half chance, and that was during the whole of the first half and possibly up to the 60th minute as well. So, a very, very dominant performance for my team. It's a surprisingly dominant performance, but I'll take it either way. Against Brage, it was a bit of a different story. We are the ones who had someone sent off, but we still managed to score 2 goals despite it. And it was perfect, really. Alan scored the penalty in the 59th minute. I tried to shut up shop, and then Paulino scored an own goal in the 61st minute. It really put us in a tight position, so we went back into counter. As you can tell, that was literally minutes apart, so I had to go back straight away to counter, and somehow Lazar Rosic, in literally the very last second of the game, the last kick of the ball, we managed to score through a set piece, and we managed to win a 2-1 game that we had no right of winning. Because we were 10 men, but I mean, in terms of performance, I think we kind of did match Moriense, so I suppose 2-1 is kind of fair. But anyways, against BMG, the team that we drew for the Europa League second knockout round, we managed to lose 1-0 at home, which is very disappointing, of course, because they get the away goal. But we can definitely turn that around. If we do score 2 goals away from home now in today's game, then that means we'll definitely have the edge, because any goal they score from then on would only be a count as 1 goal kind of thing. What followed after that, these 2 are the disappointing results. So what followed was a horrible draw against Vitesse, and we were away from home, so it's a little bit more acceptable. But as I mentioned in the last episode, our draws are seriously what's costing us. We've got 8, it's the most out of the top 5. And it's very, it's really costing us this season. In terms of losses, we've got less losses than Benfica. It's just because of our inability to convert draws into wins that was struggled in the Portuguese league. But otherwise, not too bad, considering we're still on target for qualifying for the Champions League. I'd say it's not too bad, and we can still turn around. We can definitely knock Sporting down a peg or 2 when we face them later on this season. So we've got BMG here. If we say 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, that will be the game we're showing you. And it will be one hell of a game, of course. A couple of games in between, so it'll be interesting to see whether they dropped points ahead of time or not. But either way, we do have BMG for today's game. And in terms of updates on our squad, there's just a few. Roy Fonte and Eduardo both out injured. I think Eduardo injured for the rest of the season, 2 months. That's really disappointing for us. It's going to be a huge miss, because his backup, Alan, despite scoring the penalty, is actually not even good enough for the league at the moment. He's 37 years of age, he's been at Porto forever, and now he's even just considered a good player for most second league sides. His ability has dropped incredibly. As you can see, he's just on 2 stars. We're better off calling up a youngster, but we're going to give him the respect until his contract ends this season anyways. So it's just, very disappointing to miss out, to lose Eduardo rather. And in terms of Fonte, not too long, he'll be back 8 days to 2 weeks. But yeah, we were missing him for the majority of the fixtures that we had you know, off camera, I suppose. But yeah, I think that should be all for in terms of updates. I think we can finally kick off. I'm not sure if you're too interested. Let's try and show you actually. So Inter are level with the Atletico Bilbao. Lyon have managed to beat Moscow convincingly. Don't see them coming back. Same with Manchester United and Sevilla. Benfica, I suppose, have a bit of work to do. They're the only other Portuguese team with us in the second knockout round. So, you know, we have to try and represent Portugal in the best way possible. Southampton losing to Ajax 3-1, but that could change. Same with Villarreal and Fenerbahce. West Ham and Dynamo Kiev are very much in the balance as well. So some teams have been decided, but we're definitely not decided at all. 1-0 loss is disappointing, but it could have been worse, considering BMG are supposed to be a bigger team than us. So hopefully, you know, we step up in terms of today's performance. So we weren't favourites in the first game. I don't think we'd be favourites away from home. It'd be a bit strange. But maybe we can still get some type of result, maybe scrape by 1-0 and then, you know, win on penalties or something. But yeah, let's see. As you can see, not favourites for today's game, and odds expert thinks that, or the match analysis, I guess, Matt Connolly from Joe thinks that, yeah, that BMG have enough to secure the win. I would expect the same. We've met expectations, not too bad, but if we do win here, that'd be great for us to get into the quarterfinal, and we'll, you know, push up the Portuguese league as a whole the more we perform in Europe. And yeah, that's it. They're shaping up with the same team as last time, or same formation at least, 4-2-3-1. So it's more attacking than us, but maybe we can still you know, hit them on the counter or whatnot. We always do start on the counter, even though 4-3-3 is not necessarily the best in terms of actually countering. It's just to, you know, we've unlocked plenty of bigger sides by playing this tactic. So, you know, if we do need to push on, we will play on the control very soon, because of course we are losing this game already. We have to kind of think of it as we're losing. We're not drawing at the moment. So, but there is a highlight in the 50th minute straight away from the get-go, and that's a bit worrying. In terms of our players we picked today, so we've got Hassan, Alan, and Santos for obvious reasons. Hassan's our first choice, Alan's the backup, but because our first choice is injured. Hassan's, even though Nicola got a goal, he's performed inconsistently. Bata's playing instead. He's performed well as a backup so far in the last couple of games. Long range shot there from Rafael, but Marafona does well to deal with it. He's also back from his little knock from the last episode. We've got Martinez on for Fonte, so not really a full strength team, but definitely a full strength defense. So hopefully we do hold out, and if we can get a goal here early on, then maybe we can really make BMG nervous here. It's just back and forth so far in this highlight. It'd be interesting who comes out of this better, and it looks like it might be BMG with Herman leading the attack. What's he going to do here? He plays it square to Hazard, dead danger man. Obviously it's not. Ooh, Herman through. Yes, Marafona, the first clear-cut chance of the game got falling to BMG, but thankfully we deal with it well enough, even though there was some disappointing defending. But yeah, obviously it's not Eden Hazard, it's actually Thiago Hazard, his brother, who plays in the German league. But yeah, definitely probably their star player, I would say. Can we deal with this ball, please? Oh, of course they've scored. What a mess that is. Sorry guys, I forgot to put on replays. There we go. Alright. Yeah, that's poor defending. As you can see in the commentary, Brage have stumbled out of the blocks, and I would say that's perfect description. Looks like we won't actually catch the replay of that. But either way, it's not us scoring, so it doesn't matter. We really haven't pushed on much. It looks like BMG are edging things so far. And even though we're technically playing the more possession-based formation, I suppose, BMG are edging it so far, and I guess that's a testament to their quality. Question is, you know, we're still on target. If we still get 2 goals, we're going to win. So it's not we're going to tie and go into penalties. We just need to... Oh, I didn't realise I paused. Yeah, if we get the 2 goals still, then it's perfect for us. Thorgan... Oh, it's not Thiago, it's Thorgan Hazard. And they've managed to pick up 2 injuries, Party as well. I think I'll go into control now. We don't really have a choice to sit back anymore. It doesn't really make too much sense. And it looks like we're starting to match them generally, but unless we score, it really doesn't matter. And we have a chance to score now. Santos, decent ball into the box. Nope, but I think he will have a chance to make amends. Who's got the ball here now? Assist to Santos. Is he going to put a better ball in this time? Oh no, instead he loses out, and Herman's on the counter attack once more. He's the one who created the chance earlier, and he was going to do it for Rafael, but instead Pinto set him free, and that's 3-0 to BMG. in 2 legs, and suddenly we're way out of our league, basically. But again, it's the same message. If we do score 3 goals, we still go through. It doesn't matter how many home goals they score. Of course, this is damaging to morale, and this is a poor defending from my players so far. You can kind of understand why we've conceded as many goals as we did in the league. We've matched them in terms of shots though, and shots on targets a little bit less, but still did not expect us to be doing this poorly. Let's see if we can try and stir them up for the second half. If we can get one straight away after the second half begins, then you never know what can really happen. It can make them a little bit nervous. BMG, they know that our goals count for more than their goals any day of the week. Let's try and see what their body language is. BMG, yeah, they're looking complacent, so maybe we can capitalize on that. Our players are motivated, frustrated, so who knows. And let's go. Alright. Oh great, a BMG highlight. Perfect. Can we counter? Can we deal with this? Not too well though. Johnson from outside of the box. What's he going to do? Let's win it. Yes. Assis. Come on, start the counter. Hassan, lead the way. Yeah, he's going to lose the ball, of course. Party instead leading the counter to the counter, and Hazard's got the ball here. He finds Dahoud. What's he going to do? Oh, we've had trouble with players coming in behind us. And Marafona puts in a decent clearance, I suppose, Santos. And can we finally do something of note here? Hassan, is he going to find Allen through? No, it took too long, delayed the ball. Instead, it's a safe one back to Pinto. And it looks like BMG are kind of putting all men behind the ball kind of thing.
I'm not a writer. Okay.
Either way, we've got it now, and it sees Bata. Ball winning midfielder up to Hassan. Santos, come on, there you go, through to Hassan. Is he going to score? Nah, not good enough. First clear-cut chance of the game at least though, so at least we're creating something. But it would have been better to have seen that turn in. That's 2-1. There's still the highlight continues, so maybe we'll score through the set piece. Santos. Hassan, almost made amends, but again, not good enough from our star striker. Since he's come back from Egypt, he's just dropped to 5.8 from the get-go. Alright, just sub him off for Nicola. We can bring on Jeff for Bata, who's tired. And I think that's it. We'll keep one more save for a little bit later on. Hopefully Nicola has a better game than Hassan. I was debating whether to bring Hassan, start Hassan or not. I was hoping he would step up for today's game, but as I mentioned in the last episode, both Nicola and Hassan seem to struggle with that first team player status. They both feel pressure. There you go. That's 3-0 to BMG. Never mind us making a comeback. That's not going to happen anymore. See, if Hassan scored his goal at that time, at a crucial time, that would have made more of a difference, because it might have actually made them, we might have woken them up now rather than, capitalize on their complacency. Again, though, that is poor defending. Assis should have had him covered. Well, that's Pinto, actually. That's true. It's Pinto's man more than Assis, but where is Assis? Is he here? No, where is he? I'm actually confused where Assis is. But either way, what was I saying? Yeah, if Hassan had scored, that was a crucial moment in the game. It would have been 2-1, and suddenly BMG are the ones who are looking uncertain. But instead, now they're looking dominate, 4-0. Nowhere ever are we ever going to score 4 goals right now, and instead it's BMG who look to get a 5th, and I'm actually tempted to go into counter to stop this from getting any worse, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. Actually, it just doesn't make sense anymore. Actually, if we get knocked out of competition, might as well lose as much as possible. It doesn't matter. It's not like the league. There's no goal difference, because if we still get 1 goal, you never really know. We might FM them somehow. Or is that just me getting my hopes up? Santos, actually. Yeah, no, I'll take off Santos. Fede Cartabia, the loanee, of course. We'll have to replace him once he's gone. I've actually realised there are a couple of players we have bought in on loan that we will have to replace during the summer transfer window. So, I thought maybe we'll have some money to improve the rest of the squad, but I completely forgot we don't even have the numbers for next season, so we actually do have to invest just to make sure we have numbers. Allen's going to run out of contract. That's already 2 wingers that we need to replace, Fede and Allen, and it'll actually be a little bit better for us, because then we can actually get proper inside forwards and players with potential, whatever. So it would it's not horrible or anything. It's just If we have the money, great, but if not, Rafael's just absolutely destroyed us this game. Is that his hat-trick? Was that his brace? What was that? I guess. Oh, a hat-trick, there you go. So yeah, that's two wingers that we need to replace. We've got right back missing, but I've been thinking about moving Marcelo back to the right back spot. He's a right back and a left back, and he's equally comfortable playing on either side. But he's still right-footed, which means when he plays on left back, where we've got him now, he actually cuts in on his right too frequently for my liking. So you know, we'll have to bring in the left back rather than the right back. And I think we've also got a centre back moving out on a transfer. We've got one on loan and one moving out on a transfer as well in summer, I think. We'll check after the game, but I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. So again, a bunch of players that we need to replace. Hopefully the wages will free up as well. I think Pinto's the one who goes, actually, in truth. Yeah, see, he's got a transfer. And then we've also got Emiliano, the centre-back here on our bench. Velasquez. He's only on loan from Atletico Madrid, so bunch of players we need to, you know, at least 4 or 5 new signings we'll be making over the summer period, and that's not even an improvement on the current squad. It'll just be to catch up on numbers. So maybe hopefully there's a couple of youngsters that we can actually bring in instead, and I think we're underdogs, so there's no point in me telling my players off anymore. Plus we need them, you know, up and going for the league. But yeah, so just a bunch of players that we need to actually sign just to make up numbers, and maybe if there's youngsters who are ready for the first team, it will be even better for us. That will, you know, that would help us out even more. That way we don't really have to spend any money. We can just bring in players who are ready. We can actually have a look at the youngsters now. We're 16th of March, so soon enough we should get the regens. We've managed to get 646k just by losing, so imagine how much we would have gotten you know, if we had won. But either way, we did meet expectations, so board can't be too unhappy. Yeah, there you go, the 51%, just standard confidence. But yeah, let's have a look at the youngsters and the B team. See if there's anyone ready for us. So box-to-box midfielder Danilo, he's actually going to come back from loan. We could use him as a ball-winning midfielder, I would say. If he's a box-to-box midfielder, he should be comfortable playing as a ball-winning midfielder. Then again, we've got the numbers there, so not necessarily. Maybe we can use him. He's kind of capable of doing anything by the looks of it, which makes sense why he's a box-to-box midfielder. We could play him as an anchorman. Seems like he does well other than composure. Those are the, you know, we've got anchorman, ball-winning midfielder, which he's comfortable with well. Got good aggression, bravery, which is good for a ball-winning midfielder. An advanced playmaker, he's got vision, he's got passing. Just composure again is where it will fall short a little bit, but of course he's 21, so he can actually improve even more. And he has potential to be one of the best players at the club, so that'll be someone we need to look out for. I'm not even sure why he's been sent out on loan. Winger Juan Carr seems to be good enough for the first team, but he's definitely, we're going to have to retrain him as a right winger, as an inside forward. He doesn't have too much finishing though, so we may consider selling him, making some money, get him off our wages, and you know, bring in an actual inside forward, because we've got no use with wingers. But we do have Fabio Martins, who's going to be coming back, and he's got good finishing. He does look like an actual inside forward. Question is, ability-wise, is he good enough? He's a good player for most Premier League sides. He could still improve, so maybe he'll become a leading player. I think we've got a first teamer there. We've got a couple of players who are on loan who maybe shouldn't be on loan, I suppose, and that way we can actually sell them off and bring in players that we need if they don't fit our profile. Bruno Jordo, even though he's a very interesting player with a lot of potential, he's not quite ready for the first team yet. Same goes for Joka. I think the players who were ready for the first team are the ones that we sold over the January transfer window because they kept asking to leave, these ones here. So we've doubled our money over the transfer window, but it's disappointing to miss out on top talents like Chades and you know, I mean, look at him, he's gone to Tottenham. And where's the one that went to Man City? Gamboa as well. Amazing. Ball-winning midfielder, would have suited our side perfectly. He's definitely got the stats for it as well as the potential. I suppose Zadas, maybe he doesn't fit in as much because he's a deep line playmaker, but we could have retrained him as an advanced playmaker like quite comfortably. And it's, you know, just a couple of youngsters, I suppose, that we didn't really want to miss out on being sold. But either way, that is the end for today's episode. A disappointing match in the end, 4-0 away from home. Results I know we weren't favourites, but definitely we shouldn't have been losing 5-0 over 2 legs. I guess that shows the standard between the German league and the Portuguese league. So hopefully we can really up our performances and up our ability and learn from this Europa League second knockout round. If we did qualify for Champions League, it would be great to get into group stages. And, you know, the more money, the more exposure, the better for us. But yeah, as we mentioned earlier, no more competitions other than Premier League. So the next 2 episodes will be, you know, like we said before, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The sporting game and the very last game of the season are the ones that we'll be showing. 2 very interesting games, of course, and you know, it will really solidify our standing in the Premier League, I suppose, and we'll really see how we'll end the season. Is it going to be a good season, or will our draws really, you know, cost us so much so that we fall below Sporting and back into Europa League? We would still be meeting expectations if that happened, but it would be very disappointing, of course. We've been exceeding expectations so far, and I want to keep it that way. I want to qualify already for the Champions League so that we can really improve our squad and maybe qualify, maybe challenge for the title the season after, and that would be great for us basically. But you know, if we meet expectations, not end of the world as long as we improve our squad and do better next year. But the sooner we improve, the better. So yeah, that will be all for today's episode. So if you did enjoy it, then please do hit the like button and subscribe for more daily Football Manager 2017 content. And as always, guys, thank you all for watching.